Hi everyone, this is going to be a quick video on password management, and we're going to use one of the password managers in the world that I prefer, a thing called LastPass, just to help you look after all your passwords and keep yourself secure. So in doing that, let's pop across to the screen and you'll see that I've gone to the lastpass.com site. What you'll want to do is just click on Get LastPass Free. There is a free version, and you shouldn't need any more than the free version unless you're a company or you want to do it for your family. What you'll need to do here is put in your password, your email address, and a master password. So we'll put in the email address here. On the master password side, we need to stick in a master password that's inside of there. Now it will come up with a suggested password. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a password that I have already, so I know where it's going to. So let's copy that out of here, and we'll plant it into there. So that's the master password, and it needs to comply to all of these settings that are here. So it needs to be tough, it needs to be have one number, have a lowercase and uppercase, can't be your email address, etc. And you have to stick it into here again and say, great, that's my password. In here you might want to be putting a reminder, but that's optional. And then we go sign up, and now we have a LastPass account. Now that we've got the account, what we can start to do is we can install LastPass. And the first thing we can install it to is the browser, so it adds itself inside of here, and then once it's added inside of here, we can use it to manage the passwords of all of our other accounts. So let's install LastPass. It's going to install a browser extension. You'll see we go to the Chrome Web Store, and here we say I'd like to add that extension to Chrome. We add the extension. It's going to go and check a couple of things, and you'll see I've got other extensions loaded in here, which is Acrobat and OneDrive, which are up here in the top section of the display. Let me move this display in a little bit so that you can see what I'm showing you at the top here. So at the top we've got Open and Acrobat. We've got these two that are there. You'll see that it's adding to Chrome in the bottom corner. Let's make this window a little bit smaller so we can see the top and the bottom. Right, and you'll see it says to you, LastPass has been added here. And that's where your extension adds in. And when you start out, what will happen is it's going to go to the login screen. It should detect that we have added this little add-in and that we're not logged in yet. What it's going to want to do is pop you across to the login screen on LastPass. What we're going to need is our master password. So if we click on that, it'll ask us for our email, and into there we can put our master password. Now we log in. The icon at the top is going to change from black background to red background, showing us that we are logged in and ready to go. It's going to give you some explanation as far as it goes. It says to you, we can save your passwords for all of these places. I'm going to say remind me later because I don't need it to save it now. And it can also act as a vault for all of the stuff that you browse. So there we are, we set up. We've got a little LastPass icon that's in the corner here, and we're ready to go and manage passwords. one of the things that we can do as an example is we can decide to go and create ourselves an Adobe account. An Adobe account is very useful because you can use the Adobe software, for example, to scan documents and sign them and send them on the road. So if we go to adobe.com and we want to sign up for a password, one of the things that we can do is use LastPass to generate a nice secure password for us. So we're going to go along and we're going to say, I'd like to sign in. And on the sign in page, you'll get a create an account option. So there's the create an account option, and we can go to create an account because we want to create a new account. Again, it's going to ask us for our email address. There's our email address inside of there. We can put in a first name. We can put in a last name. And now we want to put a password in. So now you'll see that this little icon here sits here. And this little icon here is what's coming out of LastPass in here. LastPass has generated you a password. It says, I've done this. You can go along and change the options. So you can show the options. You can say, this particular site needs these. And you can do things like switch on symbols. Some sites don't support symbols in their passwords. It's why it's off by default. But we'll add it in here because we know it's supported. You can click a copy button, which will copy it into your paste buffer so you can paste it somewhere else. But we're just going to tell it to fill in the password. So now it's going to use that password and type it in there. And you'll see it automatically says, okay, you're filling in a password for these guys. Can I save it for you? And you can say, yep, please put that in my vault because I'm going to need that. You can then say, I was born on a particular day and I'm in a particular country, and you can say please contact me via email and create my account, and off it goes. And if you're using the integrated LastPass to then do all your passwords for you, those passwords then sit inside of here, and you're able to access them on your phone, on your browser, on any of your devices. You have the same either apps from the App Store or plugins that you can use these things with. This is actually confusing because these little windows that are popping up are Chrome's default password saving mechanism. And some people use Chrome's default password saving mechanism, but it's not as wide ranging as LastPass because I can't put that on my Apple devices and so on. So now what you can do is you can go into your settings and you can switch that off. This is still a default install over there. So if we go to let's sign out of Adobe here to show you how the sign-in option works. We'll sign out of Adobe, and then when we get the sign-in page over here, we say, I want to sign in to Adobe. LastPass is telling you, I have one password for this kind of site. So if you click on your little square, it says to you, I've got adobe.com here. Now there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can click on the full button and it'll just fill it in. You can click on this button here which will allow you to copy either the username or the password, or you can click on the main link and it'll open up a new tab and just go to the link. I'm going to click on full, which means it's going to fill in the email address. I'm going to click on continue, and now you get the password field, and here in the password field you actually have the same as what you've got at the top, where you can click on the button and it'll show you which ones it's got, and you can say great, give me the password for that, put it in, and you haven't had to remember anything. You haven't had to type in anything, you haven't had to copy paste anything. It's managing your passwords inside of the vault. Now the passwords are encrypted on device. They're stored in the cloud as encrypted. They're never decrypted in the cloud, and it's independently audited for its safety. So it's really safe and secure. Great way to do this stuff. And once you've got it in your browser, you never need to worry about either trying to dream up a new password for every site and service you go to, or remember what that password was when you need it again. And you can just search inside of here as well. It's got a little search where you can type in what you're looking for, and it'll then just bring it out from there. And that there is how to set up two of the niftiest services that you'll find: LastPass for your passwords, and Adobe for your documents, document signing, and document scanning. There'll be another video. What you'll have to do is have a look for that in our feed, around Adobe and how to scan with your phone a document and then sign the document, or fill it in and sign it and send it off. And that is all for now, folks. Until the next time.